Yeah, you got my tick of approval.
Okay, so yeah, the whales are a big part of what brought the grandmothers together to our group together too, because at the same time that we turned Global Grandmothers into a nonprofit, a woman in Poland started a nonprofit same day, and we started getting these stories about how grandmothers in Wales are the ones holding the menopause.
Mm,
And, we're like, wow, we need to write stories and have,
mm,
movie about this.
mm.
And
You
I
have to.
invited Kelly to join us. I guess she's not going to make it, Kelly Springer, and she is a whale communicator on the West.
Oh, I know Kelly.
Oh,
Yes.
okay,
She's
good.
awesome. She's a dragon woman too, eh?
Yes.
Which is the same. Actually, that's one of the things I wanted to say. Whales and dragons, they're both called taniwha here in
Mm,
Aotearoa. They're both known
Oh,
as taniwha because they carry the same consciousness.
oh.
And I feel that that's quite an important thing to for us to embody and recognize.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sorry,
absolutely.
And
my internet's a bit unstable for some reason.
It's very cold here in Taupo today. Yeah, very
Mm,
cold.
it's,
right.
But yeah, whale consciousness. I mean, we just know where they are, and we if we go, they show up. There's that connectivity of everything, right? And with that ancient wisdom and the codes that we're all holding,
it's,
it's
yeah.
so powerful, powerful indeed. Yeah.
And it's so
Mm.
important that we weave our codes together. And that's why I'm so grateful that you reached out. And I'm greatly honored to be with you all right here, right now.
It's
That's
really special.
beautiful,
Yeah.
Mayana.
Good.
And we'd love to hear your story about your Arcturian
Ah,
journey. Mm.
well, I, I, it began in Sedona in 2009. I was there with the Children of the Sun Foundation. I don't know if you've heard of them. I was doing the full moon and new moon calls for Children of the Sun as part of the light team and working with Tiara Kumara. And so I went to the foundation house in that year, and some magical things happened, and I saw Thoth with my eyes open, and he looked at me, and these concentric rings of energy poured through me, and the my water bottle disappeared, and it showed up 3 days later on my bed, and they told me it was toned for clarity, that it would been taken into other dimensions to tone for clarity, that I needed it. And I really did need clarity living in Boise, Idaho in those times. And the day I was to leave, my purse disappeared. And I'm like, okay. And I was working a lot with grandfather, and I was reading the Emerald tablets, and I understand grandfather is Hermes. And so I'm like, grandfather, I need my purse. I fly out today. I have to go. And finally I just sat down and I just started meditating and calling him. And it's like he sat on the rug across from me and he said, "You need to get to know Bird Woman." I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll do that. Can I have my purse now?" So I went back and forth, and it was about 15 minutes before he believed I really got the importance of what he was saying. And as soon as he felt I really would follow through and that I got it, I opened my eyes and my purse was there.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
So I went back to Boise with an intention of getting to know Bird Woman. Who's Bird Woman? Who, what, where, when? I get Isis and the lineage, but this specific Bird Woman. And so that was in October. And by spring of the next year, she was ready to really embody me. And it was kind of painful, the high frequencies, and it was hard. And one day
Mm,
I had to have a friend come over and sit with me through this 9 hour process. And in that, she told me, Ray Ta. Queen of Light from Arcturus. She was on council at the Great Central Sun, but she moved back to Arcturus because the frequency was too hard for me to handle. And she said, I'm focusing on you specifically, not like Mother Mary, who everybody can tune into, and many others, that are there for everyone. I'm focused on you. And so I came through the years, at first I couldn't find anything about a Retha. Googling, beginning of the internet, there's wasn't too much. And then she spells it R-A-E, capital T-A, Retha. And then one day I saw that Drunvalo talks about Thoth's mother, Re-Etaway. And I had come to know her as Thoth's mother. And Melchizedek's companion who stood behind Melchizedek. And now she's in front of him and he is standing behind her.
Wow.
And I'm an experiment. This human is an experiment because Pan of Gaia, king of the elementals, injected himself into humanity after World War II, when so many of the elemental beings were, when a human kills a human, the elemental that they're connected to enters a death cycle. That was not part of our experiment here. Never did we ever consider that a human would kill a human. And by the end of World War II, there were so many humans killing humans that the whole elemental realm was decimated, and the astrals got taken over with the black tar, and it became an unsafe place to be. And Pan, in that moment, embodied into a human to go find his family because he was one of the last ones. And he could either go start over somewhere else or go find his family. And he chose to find his family. So all of heaven is like, oh no, Pan's in human form. We have to reach him before he falls into karmic cycles. And I had several meditations through the years about the king of the elementals in prison, and I was to free him. And I'm like, well, how am I going to do that? They said, well, you just go live your life, and when the moment comes, you'll know it. And in September of 2012, in Ashland, Oregon, at a Prana Fest at Jackson Well Springs, I met the being that embodied during the bombing of Budapest, the first bombing of Budapest. He was born in the middle of the bombing, and his whole story matched my whole story and my whole life. And it's like, there we are. Okay, let's go do this thing. So I found Pan, and I brought through a process that is called the Blue Lotus Chakra Bloom. It blooms our chakras into the blue lotus, so we get the Eye of Ra from ancient Egyptian. Our sacral chakra rises above our crown, and that we communicate in the we. The gold of the solar plexus goes in the marrow of your bones, and it's our foundation. And scientifically, the gold in the marrow produces stem cells that the vagus nerve redistributes. And then when the belly is empty, the heart and the root connect directly, and the wine of life flows up into the chalice of the heart, and the blue lotus petals bloom across the shoulders like a cape. And it's the full blue lotus. You've got the center of the lotus is the Eye of Ra, up there, and it called itself the antivirus for mind control and a fear extractor.
Beautiful.
Wow. That's perfect. Yeah, that deals with the malware. A
Yeah.
lot of the conditioning malware, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I like to use techie terms because, that seems to be relatable. And those sentinels that we saw on the Matrix, those are, the ones that come in and like ticks, and they bore through your vessel and try and get you. Those are
Right.
the yeah, those are the little demons, you know, that try and latch onto our astral field. So great to
Yes.
have those to navigate.
So in the
Mm.
astrals, when
Mm.
Papa Pan and Mama Tank got together,
Mhm.
I had already when I was right after I left Children of the Sun, one of the light team members, Mark Trevis in Canada, and I created a space. We're like, we need to have a safe place in the astrals, because it's not safe. And
Mm.
people are playing around in these places and they're not safe, and we're going to lose our family there. So we got the image of a little thatched roof hut from Africa, an orphanage, children's orphanage image. And we just started meeting there and calling circle in there and every week. And once, it started out with, we just go in and meditate and just imagine it. And then after a while, you could hear some drum beats as someone's in there drumming. And then pretty soon there's a fire and there's people cooking. And then there's somebody healing over here. And there's children outside running around and you can hear them. And it became alive and it became a community.
Mm.
And after I met Androsh, Papa Pan, it grew into Command Central Station. And we have all of these monitors to see what's happening. But I need more people in there. More people in there. So
Yeah.
Mm.
I invite you to come into the Love Hut. all power is there, and you can just zit. Oh, look at that over there. Let's send something there. Okay. Oh, I see those guys starting over there. We're gonna bazing them.
Mm.
Beautiful.
One of the Galactic grandmothers of Moo, her name's Jill. They have a mystery school here. They're very quiet. They just do their mahi, but they work with the elementals, and they're bringing all the elementals back into the land, into everywhere, and they sing them every morning. There's a group that connect up around the world, and that's what they do. It's to do with, it's a planetary, galactic, interplanetary, all of it. It's a big, a big thing. And they actually work with Uinuku, the rainbow god, and they work with Shiva and all the big players. So that's what they're doing here through the land of first light,
Wonderful.
which is pretty powerful. Yeah.
And the idea is that the new rainbow, which is the one that we create as a community, as a unified community, is anchored here on this planet, that we all come together in this unified field. So the rainbow god and working with rainbow codes, like the different layers of light, is really important for the now moment, what's actually happening on the planet right now, bringing it all back into harmonics. And each ray holds a different tone and it's a different octave, and they use the voice to sing the song lines in.
Mm.
And that's what I
Yeah.
believe our journey has been, even though we haven't really fully identified it as such, but we do a lot of sound, we do a lot of singing, we do a lot of dance, a lot of joy. We practice what we preach and teach, we are, the living, I guess the living examples of what love in action is, and, living a life of levity, so we can all raise the frequency of wherever we are. But each of us is a sacred site, and that's part of the sharings of what we hold here. And first light, first light is essentially a frequency that everybody holds, but because we are in that location where first light comes in, where the souls incarnate onto the planet and exit through Cape Reinga and Spirits Bay, we are privy to the soul connection, with the first light. We all come in as light and incarnate into our mama's Venus Stargate because essentially we all come through Venus, through the body temple,
Right.
are born into the world. So yeah, the first light is I guess we are the kaitiaki of that, and the prophecies are actually coming in thick and fast from all our traditional indigenous wisdom keepers, medicine keepers, particularly in Māori, in the Māori heritage lineage. And there's multiple lineages in there too, but also we're all channels and seers too.
Right.
A lot of us that are actually the part of the galactic grandmothers of Mu. So we're all receptacles for this information, but also new stuff's coming through all the time, and we've only got to look up there and see Three Eye Atlas and see these space rockets, and what's happening up there to figure it all out, because it's so much more than just us being here, right? We've got so many other multiple dimensions and aspects of ourselves.
I think too, Te Raukura, we're talking about Cape Reinga, and a lot of what we do is wairua, so it's the spirit, our collective spirit moving together. But at Cape Reinga, there's a meeting of two great oceans. Do you want to kōrero into that? It's very powerful as water beings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got the Pacific Ocean and the Tasman Sea that meet, and it's like that's one of the arms of Te Wheke as well, actually. So it's an arm of the great octopus, and I guess there's a big whirlpool there too when you're coming in. You've got to be careful how you come into those seas, because you'll get swallowed up where the two seas meet. So there's you have to follow the whales to know how to safe passage through them. And that's how our ancestors came here. They followed the whale trails as ancient navigators. They had to follow behind. They didn't literally ride the whales, although they call themselves whale riders. And we have a whole lineage of whānau, of tribe here that call themselves the whale riders, which I whakapapa to, and which is, genealogically. So yeah, is there anything more? Have I missed anything with the Cape Reinga? That's where the all spirits enter and exit this existence. It's a massive portal.
Ellen, do you want to tell the kōrero about the kauri, the kauri tree and whale?
So they were brothers, and one decided to stay on the land and one decided to go into the sea. But we have a disease in our kauri trees at the moment, mainly up in Northland. And so the Indigenous brothers and sisters have worked out that they can use the whale, parts of the whale, to heal the trees. So they're coming back together on the land to heal the trees. So yeah, whales, water is so important to us as well, as they were saying before, and we sing into that water. We are that standing water, and we carry, we're water carriers. Water is super important, and of course, it's not just the water on the land, but the cosmic waters as well. So bringing those together. Yeah, so it's and of course whales are Syrian beings. So yeah, it's that joining of the waters really. But yeah, it's beautiful that they are able to heal each other, from those stories. So yeah,
Yes,
it's
and one of the kaitiaki we have for our journey is Dr. Rangimarie Rose Turuke Ariki Pere. I'm not sure if you know her, but she was a Māori elder from the Uraweras, and she was a Syrian being. She always talked about coming from the future, and she knows, she remembers everything from the past, and and how we're just going through another cycle in time. But she was an inspirational leader, and she taught a whole healing model, which was all based around Te Wheke, the octopus. And so that's all part of the work that we've embraced, you know, teaching the healing model of keeping all those arms of our octopus in alignment, like our wairuatanga, our whanaungatanga, which is, you know, our spirit bodies and our family, and all of, you know, the aroha, the, you know, everything's in place so we can keep ourselves safe. And yeah, and she's also a white whale. She's ascended into a white whale. So she transitioned in 2021, and yeah, she was a white whale when she ascended. So yeah, we've been working with her in the white whale form.
And now the white
So-
whale shows up.
Yeah,
White
so
whale
it's really
shows up,
significant.
and the other thing that she represents is the Aior, the peace trail. And the peace trail is, for us, that's what we've been doing. We've been walking the peace trail. We took the peace trail over to Australia, and we walked the peace trail. Well, when we say we walked it, we flew it. We flew over the land. But we actually held ceremony in really important places like East Coast Australia. We held ceremony there. We were welcomed to country by a Indigenous medicine keeper. And then we travelled over to Uluru, and we anchored codes there, and we were welcomed, well, sort of, by the Indigenous people over there. They didn't want to participate in our ceremony, but they gave us permission to do ceremony, which you don't usually get there. And you know, they trusted us, so we got to do ceremony there. And that was from there, from Uluru, we got told about the whale dreaming that started there, and it goes all the way from Uluru through to Albany, and there's a line that goes down where it's called it's actually the whale dreaming line, and it comes onto the land because, you know, of course that was all ocean once. But it's also the peace trail. So the ion lines, the dreaming lines, the song lines, they're all connected, and they're all part of the peace trail. So we called this journey the anchoring of the Makura, which is the white rainbow. And in Waitahatanga or Mutanga, it's called either Waitahatanga, which we don't really like to associate with these days for multiple reasons. But the Mutanga is really the original rainbow of the time, before the time was hijacked. So yeah, it's all about peace.
I've received that, you know, the rainbow, you know, and having our chakras lined up, that the true rainbow is like an iridescence. Every color is in all of it. Like mother of pearl or abalone, you know, that rainbow iridescence isn't separated so much. But in the 3D, in the human and in the world, they have to have those delineations.
Yeah. And we did beautiful ceremony with the rainbow serpent while we were over at Uluru, and you know, singing into the waters where the rainbow serpent lives, and then came back and connected again with Lake Rotoponamu, which is the spinner chakra for the rainbow serpent in Uluru. So we connected them back here. And the waters were beautiful. They responded to us as we were singing and talking to them. So that's beautiful acknowledgement that we, you know, that we were doing the right work, the right mahi.
Right.
I
We've
think
taken.
through Rotoponamu, sorry, through Rotoponamu, it's a feminine chakra. It's a feminine spinner chakra of the planet, and you can actually look it up. But it is actually connected. Remember, everything's connecting up. When I was in Australia, a couple of years back, 100 pilot whales. We're working with the Hawaii Tapu map, and 100 pilot whales formed a heart shape out at sea, and then they all came in and beached themselves, and they couldn't get them back out. And then what happened was 2 or 3 days later, 2 baby white whales were born. And I find it really interesting how that now we've transformed, transferred that over to Aotearoa. We're having the white whales born, which is prophecy. And the same with the Quetzalcoatl, the rainbow feathered serpent. Remember when you did the mahi in Australia, Te Raukura, and you called it in, and then tell them about the woggle line?
Oh, well, that was 2017. Yeah, I had just finished teaching womb healing over in Australia to a group of beautiful wahine. And then I went down to the beach after teaching, and big acknowledgement, big mihi to the people of the land, the Aborigines. And I was on the east coast of Australia, and I had summoned my ancestors over on the Rainbow Bridge. And I asked them to create a rainbow bridge between our two nations, because there once was. They used to work together, because you've got the first light and the first dreaming. They've got to work together. You can't have one without the other. And so I summoned it in, and I saw it being developed in the etheric and the astral, and then I just left it at that. Anyway, when I got home, I came off the plane, came home, and just outside my temple here, because where I live, I've got a temple set up, and there was this area out the front where it's just pure grassy area, and it had this most perfect woggle line, which, a woggle is a snake, and it was probably 6 inches wide, and it looked like it had been burnt into the grass, just perfect. And I was like, what have you been doing, husband? Because I thought he might have used something there, and I wasn't sure what had happened. And he goes, I don't know what happened. It just turned up. And there was literal woggle line, a literal rainbow bridge that got anchored here on this whenua in 2017. And I couldn't believe it. I was never actually ever experienced anything like it before. And then I got shown where it actually is, and it spins inside the room, and there's a pillar that goes all the way up right in the center. And when I walked it, and originally came and was dancing on it, and he goes, oh, this is a rainbow bridge, and we are working together, we're going to work together. So with the first dreaming and the first light. So that was a tohu I felt it was for the land, but it was also for me, because I'd summoned it in. And I come from a line of tohunga, of medicine men and seers, and my ancestors had their eyes pecked out by the birds. And I'm from Ngāti Manu, where, the bird tribes, and I've even got a bird woman tattooed on my chest. So I feel like I'm connected to the birds, and I've got 2 birds sitting outside on my temple at the main entrance as guardians. So yeah, whale, bird, bit of this, a bit of that, dragon.
Well, we've been really working with the heart of the Western people, the Europeans and the Americans. And in 2017, we took our first hardest journey. Mount Shasta in California guided the journey, gave us the download for what to do. And we came to realize there was a feminine portal in Hungary that had been closed down because of all the wars and this communism and everything. So we saw that there were two sides of this heart of Europe. And one side, the masculine side, was in Glastonbury, England, and Chalice Well is the feminine point within it. And then Dobogokür, Hungary, means heart beating stone, and that's the masculine point within the feminine side of this heart. And as we're preparing to go, I'm questioning myself, am I getting this right? Is this just because Andras is from Hungary and I'm making it up? Testing myself throughout the whole process. And then the Dalai Lama went to Dobogokür, Hungary, and said, you can hear the heartbeat of the mother on this stone.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, okay, confirmation is wonderful. So we went, and I felt an inner earth portal open, like the Berlin Wall fell down, and people on the two sides could connect again. And I felt the feminine waking up, and by the time we got home, the Me Too movement was launched.
Wow.
And then we went in 2024 in spring, and we did a second journey, and this time was to bring the masculine and feminine together. And we went the opposite direction. And when we got home, the Global Grandmothers asked me to turn them into a nonprofit and birth something new.
That is so fantastic, sister. And that is actually also one of the reasons why we wanted to meet with you as well, because, essentially we want to collaborate and and bring in our journeys and messaging and contribute. But equally, we are setting up a non-for-profit as well. And we'd like to
I can provide
get a bit of
U.S.
guidance.
nonprofit collaboration with you. So if you do fundraising in the United States and you need that U.S. number, I can collaborate with you on that.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's
awesome.
incredible, because we will be bringing the teachings over. There's would you girls like to stand and show your codings? Your codings, yeah. So this is what we're teaching. We're teaching.
That's the Blue Lotus.
That's the Blue Lotus.
I have, yeah, let me share this. I have to share. It'll take me just a second to find it, but let's see.
Thank you for showing us your t-shirts, ladies.
Yeah.
So that's actually the Hawaii Tapu map, and it's coded with basically the whole blueprint of First Light. So that's what we're sharing with people.
I'm just going to go through these in just a second. I have it over here in these pictures. This is what came out of my hand as I experienced the Blue Lotus chakra bloom. I have the drawing of it.
I think I've seen your post on it. Yeah, it is beautiful.
Sorry, it's taken a bit.
Well, it's interesting that the map comes out of Egypt, and so does the Blue Lotus.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes, that map does come from Egypt. It was gifted to a Māori battalion soldier after World War II, who'd studied Philae, or one of the temple priests of Philae. And you know what the Philae temple's about. It's about the phallus. Return the 15th part of Osiris, and it's actually an Isis temple. Which, Isis resides in the temple of Philae. That's her portal. So it's like the illumination of the bird woman or the bird man.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
so
by finding that, I actually followed the Children of the Sun for years. I loved it.
so
Amazing thing.
this drawing on the right, this is what came out of my hand as I experienced it.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
And
Beautiful.
the red came up through the root and filled, and then, you know, like the third eye and the crown chakra kind of melted down in. And so it gave the Christing of the gold foundation, the Eye of Ra, and the chalice.
Beautiful,
Mm.
sister. Well done.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
your design, can I see the design again too?
It's not my design. It's
Oh, but
actually
this.
it's an ancient map, but I, did do a little bit of artistic interpretation with it. That's actually a painting. I've done it on canvas and it's a walking map. But the girls, we've got t-shirts, we've all got t-shirts that we work with as well, because we're basically living portals. And when
Uh-huh.
we're wearing them, we're activating with them. And we call
Yeah.
ourselves, well, it's the magic in us, really. The magic comes
Mhm.
online more precisely.
Uh-huh.
I've had
Wow.
some amazing experiences on the star map where they've captured me photographically in light body a couple of times. So yeah, I'll send you a photo of it. It's quite amazing. Quite amazing.
Okay.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm so excited. I would love to have you if you want to schedule events, schedule them as a grandmother event.
Mm.
Now I want you to know also that we have 54,500 grandmothers in there,
Wow.
and we get like 20 every few days, new people coming in, and the final number never changes. I don't think Facebook tells us the truth. And, and it's hard to reach the
Yeah.
members sometimes.
Yeah.
So, having some more interesting and some other time and some things outside of the United States would be really wonderful, because it's global grandmothers. We need global action. We need
Absolutely.
yeah.
Mm. And what
Well,
we're bringing to
yeah.
is the first light frequencies that we all hold. So it's the memory of us in light before we all were there. We all had to come through the portal of Mama, the portal of Venus, before we were born into the world. And so it's that memory that we are remembering, we're going back to that first imprint. And also the mutanga, the mu is a consciousness that is held in the land. And we've got, we're one of the last fragments of mu. We're probably the Himalayas. So we have memory of that in the stone and in the waters and in the mountains here. So, we're receptacles for this information coming through. And I feel it's important for the world right now, because the world's watching. They're looking for solutions. They're looking to
New
us as
ways. Right. They're looking for new ways, and they may be old ways, but it's new to them. They're looking for something that touches their heart, and they don't even know how to touch their own hearts. But they know when they see it, oh, I want that. I want that. And they'll come. They will absolutely come. And we are in like the next 40 days, maybe 44 days, is going to be huge transformations. And I don't know what all it's going to bring, but we're calling for global activations in consciousness. I haven't put a schedule out yet, but there are a lot of dates. So um, there's something happening on the 20th. There's a portal opening on the 26th. It's World Humanity Day is on the 20th.
Mm.
And then there's a portal on the 26th that Kelly Springer is guiding about. And then there's the Voices of the Grandmothers of the Americas are gathering the 4th through the 7th in Mexico. Then Grandmother Florida Mayo is having the Guardians of the Sacred, and we're co-sponsors of both of those events in New Mexico on the 14th through the 16th. And she's doing 2 journeys into Chaco Canyon for ceremony before and after. There's 11/11. There's a global prayer day for 11/11. And then there's Connect the Dots. It's a website that I have a call with them tomorrow, that they're calling people on the 20th of November to connect the dots in our consciousness and put your ceremonies on their map. They've got the technology for the map to map us all. And you could put your ceremony on there and it'll be seen globally where you are and what you're doing and what tone you're bringing.
Wow. And we've got a map within the map.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, what day was that?
That's November 20th.
20th. Oh, that's the day before we have our we've got a sacred rebirth happening. We've got a womb
Well, that
healing.
makes sense. Yeah, I like everything that we're doing is going to lead up to that connect the dots moment. So we've been saying that we're in the final pangs of birth. So you're going to bring through that birth, and it's going to get born. It's going to be born.
Yes, it sure is.
We definitely need to record some of that, Te Raukura, because it is a rite of passage that people go through. Going through the 7 gates to connect their third eye, crown chakra, soul star chakra, all of it up through from the womb, from their womb of creation. It's powerful work. Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. There's something else here that I wanted just to share. So we've got an event on the 25th, which is actually a Mothership Moo connection with 3i Atlas. So it's us learning how to be star navigators on board this mothership, which is Papatūānu, Gaia, Mama Galactica, taking her up the spiral, driving her out of troubled waters, Admiralty waters, which has all been hijacked and stolen waters, and under birth certificate fraud and whatnot. But we going through to the free Queen Sea of all possibility. So this is the journey that we're taking. And 3i Atlas is also going to be heading very close to the sun, going behind the sun. 26th of October is also a huge convergence day for the Mayan long count Zolkin and Gregorian coming not only into alignment, but coming into fruition, in particular the Mayan long count. So that's a 13-13-13 day, a day of that we can really get out of the linear and into the spiral. We can actually do a time jump on that day, on the 26th. So interesting that Kelly's doing an event that day. And on the 29th, that's when 3i Atlas, the 3 eyes of Atlas go around, starts its journey around the sun. And oh my goddess, are we getting the activations from that right now? Even 0.2 seconds, we're getting pulses coming from that baby, and it's just going to intensify and intensify. And
I saw that there's a pulse coming from Antarctica.
That's what it's waking up. It's waking up it's waking up the Moo mothership. It's waking up her engine. And apparently her main engine's here in Aotearoa, because that's where the pulses are. We're right beneath Antarctica. We're the closest ones to Antarctica. And yeah, so she's we've got a lot of tunnels that go through from Aotearoa through to Antarctica. And of course they're all blocked off, we can't access them, but we can access them energetically, etherically, astrally. And we do a lot of grid work, so you know, we know how to weave these realms with these realms. So it's big, you know, that what we're doing is huge, and it has an impact, and we notice that it has an impact outside of ourselves, almost, you know, within days, sometimes within minutes.
Yes.
You know, it's like this automatic response that we're seeing outside of ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love the confirmation, but it's not necessary. We do it anyway. Yeah, but it's so wonderful to get it.
Yeah,
True.
yeah, we don't need it now. Yeah, yeah. We know what we have to do. We've come for this time, and we've come together and work together globally. You know, there's only one of us here, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
precisely.
My call to the grandmothers is continually step in, step in, step up. You know, we have a lot of women in there who don't believe they have any wisdom. There's a lot of them who are just there to be inspired by what we share. And there are a lot of them who do know their wisdom and who are just kind of sitting back and watching. And one of the ways that we could get the word out about what you're doing is with the magazine. Have you read Grandmother's Magazine?
No.
No, we haven't. We'd love to
We,
see.
we've been publishing for a year. We're just getting ready to put out our next issue for this month, and we were kind of challenged with our timing. We have a special edition magazine we're doing for Guardians of the Sacred for Grandmother Flor de Mayo for their event. So we've got our October issue coming out, and then Guardians of the Sacred will come out. And then the next month, we're going to do a memorial for Suzanne Lewis, our founder, who just passed away. She just crossed.
Oh wow, sorry to hear.
So we're going through this passing of the mantle. Oh, she asked me to carry her work forward, this part of her work, and there are other people carrying forward the rest of her work, but this Global Grandmothers Council network was placed in my care. And over the last year and a half that I've been doing this, at first there were a lot of people stepped up to help. And we got the website built, and we built a private space. Everybody wanted off of Facebook, so we built a place where we could gather outside of Facebook. But the technology isn't where it needs to be for it to be easy for grandmothers to do. It has to be easy and simple, and the technology isn't there. So there got to be some discouragement in the group about what we were able to bring to them and what works and what doesn't. And we had some memberships going with that, and I canceled all the memberships because I canceled the technology. Nobody was using it, and I couldn't see them paying for something that wasn't being used. But we haven't found a way to get people to subscribe somewhere else and support us in a different way yet. We tried to do an auction, and nobody wanted to do an auction. So,
Sounds like our story, actually.
Because of it.
But you know, the mother keeps saying the storehouses are open.
Yeah.
And that means a lot of things. And we are called to guard the storehouses, but there also has to be a flow to the work from the storehouses, because the children can't wait any longer.
That's right. That's right.
Just can't wait.
Just going back even into Antarctica, they're all the frozen mother waters. They're holding all those mother frequency coming up and anointing the whole chalice, the whole world with the awakening. We're in the time of the quickening. And it is, that's the waves, it's the birthing waves, isn't it? If you look
Yes.
at those every 11.22 seconds or whatever it is, and it's like we're like birthing it through the cosmic womb. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
old
contractions. Yeah.
It's the second phase of birthing, yeah, when we're going through that quickening, when the baby's head's about to come out.
Right.
Yeah, the
So
water's broke,
important.
right? The water's broke, you know?
Yeah, the waters are broken and the baby's coming out.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's so important that you there in that place are allowing it through your human consciousness.
Kia ora.
Otherwise, it could be
Because
so devastating.
that is actually something that we've really given guidance with people with our lives as well. We're doing the wisdom circles and we're encouraging people to just be channels and conduits to allow the consciousness to come through them, the plasma light, rather than trying to resist it or even try to contain it, just to be like the river and let it flow. That's the only way we can be. That's why it's so important for us to tune into those living waters, because essentially we're all water carriers, right? The whole
Right.
planet is Waitaha. We're all, conduits for water. We're 99.9% water on a molecular level. And so we are receptacles to this new plasma coming in. And we have to be we have to have a clear vessel for that to just come through us and actually anchor through to the earth as well.
And we have to allow our carbon nature to fall away. That's the caterpillar, the cocoon, all of that rigid carbon. Yeah, because we are plasmic. Our water is plasma.
Well, we've been compressed, with that carbon, and now we're coming into that diamond, right? From the
Yeah. True that.
Yes, yes.
The crystalline light as well, all of that. Everything's coming into the oneness. Mama Tink, are we able to have a copy of this recording for our Galactic Grandmother page?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
So you have a page on Facebook? I haven't been to it, I don't think.
Well, we'll have to invite you, honey. Yeah, you'll have to be a member of the Galactic Grandmothers and Moo.
Yeah.
Because you're one of us and we're one of you. You
Right.
know, we're known, we're poets and we know it. Wow.
So with the Global Grandmothers Council Network group, if you have an event or an activity besides just wisdom that you want to share, just say admin approved at the top of it, and our moderators will leave it be.
Okay.
You don't say admin approved when you post it, they might delete it. Because only global grandmother events are posted in there, but you can be global grandmother events. You just have to know that you are admin approved. And then we also have Global Grandmothers Events as a new group. And we have the Global Grandmothers Magazine as another group. So if you have anything that you could send to our magazine right now that we could put in about who you are and what you're doing, I'd love to include it in this next issue.
Oh, wow.
And then let's feature you guys in the next year.
Would love
Oh, that'd be
love
amazing.
it.
Yeah.
So if we were to, get you that article, when would that be published? Did you say it was be next year?
Oh no, right. The article now we're gonna be publishing in the next week.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, there's urgency that.
Yeah.
So today.
That one. Our editor will appreciate it because we don't get a lot of submissions to the magazine and we have to go find things. So as we grow, more people will know and submit, but you're welcome. every month you're welcome to submit. You just send it to submissions@globalgrandmotherscouncil.org. And if you want to put it in all formatted, you can put it in all formatted and it'll look the way you want it. If you want Kalina to format it, you can just send text and images.
Okay, yeah, well, maybe
Mm.
that's easier. Unless we do like a poster or something. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
have to have a little play and have a chat with our other grandmothers and
Send a few pages, you know.
Oh, wow. We
Yeah.
will, don't worry.
Well, we've got some pretty juicy stuff that we've been working with lately. You know, we did a little bit of a shout out around it last night in our wisdom circle, but yeah, we've got some really potent things that are coming through, and it feels important to share them with the world right now. The world's hungry for stuff. And, you know, I'm just going back to what you shared about your members and how there's a lot in there that aren't so much coming forward. At least they're showing up, which is actually quite important, that people are showing up. And not everybody's a wisdom keeper. Got to realize that, you know, that some people are there to be guided. There's only a few people that can be in leadership. Not everyone can be a leader. We all do acts of leadership, but there are those that are showing the way and guiding the way and being the lanterns and the way showers, you know, showing where to walk. And there are those that are following the path, because, you know, they're not all trailblazing. See,
Right.
that's what we are. We're all trailblazers, all of us.
They're
Yes.
holding the space for us to be the trailblazers, right?
Oh, kia ora. And yes, absolutely. And their contribution is just to show up and to support the work that we're doing and delivering, because it's important for humanity, right?
Yeah. Oh, and the way we grew, the way we came about was so magical. The way I was brought in, Michelle Margaret Juliet is in Australia, and she had seen the group. There were about 1,200 members, and she saw the group, and she reached out to Suzanne Lewis and was like, "Can I help you? Can I be an admin?" And after a few months, she let her be an admin. And she brought in the Australian Multicultural Women's Association, and it started growing, and there were about 1,900 members. And then she was awakened at 3 a.m. in the morning and told to go to YouTube. And when she got to YouTube, she saw an interview. My friend was interviewing me about our hardest journey we were going to take. And she's like, and I talked about my nonprofit work and, you know, my government work that I've done. And she's like, "Oh, this is the person." And she called me right then on Facebook Messenger. And I was like, "What? I don't know who this is." "Well, I think I'm supposed to take this call." So I did. We talked for an hour and a half. And then I said, "Well, but I've got this journey and I have to keep my focus on this journey right now. But when I get back, you know, introduced me to Suzanne." Now, Suzanne lives in Boise, Idaho, where I used to live and where I called Circle, and I didn't know her there, but we know all the same people.
Far out.
Oh, my
Crazy.
dear
Wow.
sister. So when we got back from the hardest journey, there were 12,000 members.
Oh,
We didn't have
Wow.
anything. And then over the next 30 days, it went up to 25,000. And then it just blossomed. People just started coming in by droves. You know, we were getting 100 people a day.
Wow.
It was,
Amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
it's time. It's
It's
not
It is
what
time.
we did. We just said yes.
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Say yes.
Well, we're saying yes to. We're saying yes to evolution, to the growth, to support, you know, our ascension. We're saying yes to it all.
I am going to really love tuning into those waves that you're holding and not holding, but allowing to flow through you with your awareness. And I appreciate very much this connection. And
Mm.
I feel the power of this north-south connection.
Kia ora.
Our
And
grandmother, Gail, what? Go
it's
ahead.
so important to have that north-south connection as well, to join them up.
Yeah, your grandmother Gail lives up by the Arctic Circle, and she's going to be down in Mexico at that event, the Voices of the Grandmothers. And she's a dear Galactic. Do you know Gail Crowsmoss?
No,
No.
not yet, but we're gonna meet her.
Yeah, she's Galactic and she's Dragon and she's an incredible artist. And
Wow.
we did Attending Our Roots series of interviews over solstice last year, and she did our solstice ceremony. And they saw her and invited her to be the grandmother of the North at their event.
Beautiful.
Love that.
She's
Mm.
really pure-hearted. She's a Greenlandic shaman and worked in Iceland and Canada.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful sisters.
Yeah, well, we're predominantly, I would say mostly European. Here in Aotearoa, most of the people that are attracted to our work are predominantly European. I'm probably one of the few mixed Indigenous out of it, but we are also bringing in the indigenuity of the roots of Aotearoa. So, especially through the teachings of the map, but essentially most of our whānau are, from other Indigenous white races, and because I'm predominantly white anyway, so that's how we flow.
They said it's the time of the white to save the world, the white woman.
It is.
The white woman
Yeah.
has to stand up and say, I'm not going to do this to the children anymore.
That's right.
White woman that's been doing it to the children because of her abuse, because of her oppression, she then wouldn't let the children grow up because of her fear for them.
Yeah.
And the church and all of that, the white woman, I in the US right now, it's just breaks my heart what some of these women are doing and saying.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, we have a voice now, and that's part of really opening up the throat chakra, doing the cellular memory release work, is to remove this trauma out of our body and the PTSD, so that we are able to rise and speak our truth and the wisdom that is within us. And everybody holds wisdom. It's in our DNA, right? And, we have like our core group that are quite active, but we have the ones that layer out, and we are nothing without them, because we can't function without all the other layers, right? All the ingredients to our mama cake that help support holistically. Some are holding the vision and the etheric. That's their role, so everybody has different roles, and no one can be the same. I think you said that, Nana Helen, didn't you? It's like we have diversity. We need our diversity, and we need to truly value each other, and help others find their value. That's part of the grandmother work as well. Yeah.
Kia ora.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we all carry different rays of the rainbow. So some might be more specialized in, for example, angelics, and the other ones would be more specialized in working with the water realms and, the crystalline consciousness and all of this. So we're bringing it all together and valuing each other, the lanes and rays, and there's no wrong.
No. We're like the ripple and the pull, right? When you drop the stone in, we ripple outwards. And we're reclaiming our womb spaces back, and our divine femininity, which has been missing, right? It's that receptive, loving, compassionate heart that's been missing from with this patriarchal control, right? And of course, we've had to survive in this patriarchy, which has made us more masculine in our ways. So it's just reclaiming that back and knowing that we don't have to be in that trauma anymore, and we come into that beautiful unity space because, we need the Tane as well. We need the sacred masculine there as well. So no, we're coming into that divine marriage, right? Which has been missing for so long. Yeah.
Yes.
And they say, ko o, ko queer, ko queer, ko o, I am another you. We must
Yeah.
remember these basic teachings. And that's what Te Wheki, I've got my little, here, look at this. It's the eight pentacles. It's a wellness model. We have to have values to work with the people. We have to have strong values. So we need to connect with teachings that, they pass the test of time. They're basic human values. And that's what really that is all about, although it's a little bit galactic as well, because there's a Syrian aspect, And I think a lot of the Syrians are coming together. I mean, I'm definitely, have a big, huge connection with Sirius and the Sphinxes. I've had a huge activation with the Sphinx that appeared in the room where I was, a great big one. I was like, what the, like, whoa. And then that night, I was downloaded all night for hours and hours with light code languages I've never seen. We all speak light language, soul language, but this was different. These are codings I'd never ever remembered in my physical journey, And after that, whoa, things really amped up in the galactic arena, and also really connecting up through all the chakras, all the light body, all of it, all interconnecting, and all the pieces of the puzzle started coming together. The clairvoyance opened, clairaudience, all the senses, the clear sensing, and and put me on a different path. And I think every time we have these big activations that we have, right? We have lots of little ones. They always point us on another trajectory, But and
Give
the
us a
powerful
little
thing
example, sis, light
is,
language.
light language. Okay, all right. I'll just tune in. Ko te kira kamayana I kia wai I te ka moyini e kia raki oa. E tamahera ki ni ki raki shakata I a takoia. E na mahera ka aia a toko I ana I te ki a wai e te ko oa. Oh, that's made me cry.
Hikana mahashina ai he do vai si. Weke te nono la haisa kana maha. Kweko tianan hasi. Wika tatava shali nya makahi.
Mm. It's been a long time, grandmothers, in us meeting. That was an acknowledging of the meeting of the global and galactic grandmothers. It's a big thing, And
Yes.
these are joy, kind of galactic star seed tears of remembering who we are, why we came here. And that is what we teach in the teachings that we have with Te Raukura, is the quest of Ion, the question, who am I? Why am I here? Where did I come from? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would love to schedule something to live stream group
Amazing.
activity. I would love to do that together. So look at your schedules over the next few weeks. I'm going to be in New Mexico mid-November for Guardians of the Sacred, but we could put something together before that if you can. Maybe end of the month or 1st of November, somewhere in there, that we have a global grandmothers and galactic grandmothers coming together.
Oh, that just feels so juicy. I love it.
I'm feeling around that 29th, when Three Eye Atlas comes around
Oh my
that.
goddess.
That would be amazing
Yeah.
because, like they would just amplify the field.
That's
So
also my son's birthday, and he was conceived on my birthday.
uh,
So
Birthing again. Wow.
I'm birthing something as well. It's like I'm birthing Three Eye Atlas.
so the 29th is a Wednesday here.
It's Tuesday. Oh, it's Tuesday for you. So it'll be the 28th for
The
you.
28th for me. Okay.
Yeah.
So the 28th, and we can do it like this time of day.
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
beautiful.
Perfect.
Yeah.
8 a.m. Yeah. What time is it over there, hun?
It's 4:11 p.m. If we do it at like an hour ago, then the Europeans can join us also. That is like the
Oh,
only time that we can really, the whole
Make
world,
it work.
make it work.
Yeah,
oh,
no
that would be
problem.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Oh,
great.
yes,
So we'll
please.
do it 8 a.m. on the 29th, well, which is the 28th for you.
Yes.
And
Okay.
yeah, so yeah.
It'll be 29th for us, yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be
And my baby's turning 29 as well.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. Right.
I know, and he's my golden child.
That's the 11, right? The master number.
it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, the doorway, the galactic doorway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there
Okay,
we
so I'm
go. Well,
gonna,
it is galactic doorway, literal.
Yeah.
so in to your group, send some information. If you can send, do you have a logo or something for the,
Yeah.
can
Yeah, we
you send me
do.
that in the email and I'll make something for the for an event for the group for the 28th.
Oh,
Sounds
wow. That's
fabulous.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Snap.
Yes.
I'm,
Great.
I'd love to do a little bit of light language as well, like call and response. And yeah, I'm really feeling that. Man, did I feel that light languaging from the both of you. It
Same.
was like meeting the soul
Mhm.
of the essence of what we're bringing through as a union.
Yes.
Mm,
Really
Mm,
powerful.
mm,
This is going to be a real boost for everything. I feel it. This is big.
Oh,
mm,
I
yeah.
had last night I had at least 11 people ask me for friend requests, and that was just straight after our live Grandmother Wisdom Circle. And I had someone contact me from the Galactic Federation of Light who she wants to support the work. She feels the evolution. She says your things are about to get really quantum. I
Yeah.
can feel the increase in power that's coming.
Mhm.
And it's
mm.
like gonna happen like in a switch, something big's gonna explode. And I
Yes.
feel this with our joining.
Yeah.
And
Mm,
yeah, it's so powerful. Now there is one last thing that I wanted to ask, and that is with the donations that you ask for, because that's pretty much the subscription fee, right? There's the donations. Is that how it works, or you have subscription?
You know, I want to make the magazine a subscription, and we have a directory that we've been trying to launch, and I can't afford to hire anybody to help me technically. And we're
Mm,
mm,
stuck because we can't raise money until we can have the platform, and we can't have the platform until we raise enough money to have someone do the technical work. And
mm,
our the woman who built our website and created the circle and an academy ended up with fourth stage cancer, and she's going through that journey, and none of it, and it didn't really work. So we spent money on things that didn't happen for us. And now I just need to get technical support for, I have ggcndirectory.org, but there are things on the back end that, and I'm not a webmaster. I can do a simple little website, but I'm not a tech like that. So if we could get someone to help us fix the directory, we can list all of our programs and our services and come together in that place outside of Facebook. And there are membership levels. And then we also are doing ambassadors. So the Galactic grandmothers can be the ambassadors to New Zealand. We have an ambassador in Germany, an ambassador on the West Coast and East Coast in Canada, and we're just developing that program. At the administrative level, I do it. I have some moderators on the Facebook group, and Kalina does the magazine. Kelly is going to be our events coordinator, but she's had some major things happening and hasn't been able to really do it yet. So other than that, out of these 54,000 grandmothers.
Well, the thing is that they are there, and the thing is that they need to know we need them. We need help.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
We call it uppy. They
like
need to uppy support us as we bring this new frequency in of New Earth. We call it New Earth. And so we need to put it out there. We need to let them know, and and that we value them and their multiple contributions they can give us.
I've put out so many things to not have results. Right now we have the special magazine and the Guardians of the Sacred event. And I'm calling on people to guard what's sacred in your own lives. $11 here, $25 there. Here are things you can do, and we're not getting any responses.
Well, let's just right now, we are 4 grandmothers. We're holding the 4
the
sacred
diamond
corners and the diamond. And let's just go into our heart space, and we're going to go and we're going to gather up all that old energy, all that old times of asking for money. And running along the timelines or the galactic lines, the planetary lines, when we've had to deal with this energy, and we're going to gather it up. And we're going to delete all old programs. Anyone else want to add anything in to this clearing portfolio? What else do we need to clear around this?
Yeah. Any feelings of lack or
unworthiness.
we welcome. We only welcome abundance.
We'll add that inadequacy. We're going to load it with a beautiful crystalline plate with all our higher selves coming in, our God self. And we're clearing this once and for all for humanity and all that holds us back. And fear, clearing all fear.
Let's connect and algorithms and program them to help us.
Yeah.
Kia ora.
Yes. What else do we need? Let's bring it all in.
And we're going to have all these women that are going to find their confidence and step up and play the part that they were supposed to play.
Yes.
They
And
join
so self-worth, and that we are the offspring of the Creator. We have every right to be here.
Yeah.
So we're holding this new vision for humanity as the visionaries. And I can see us all around this beautiful table. There's multiple of us around a table, and we're all working together to bring through the highest light onto the planet through us. It cannot happen any other way. It has to come through us, through our physical being.
And we're weaving that beautiful rainbow blanket together as we sit around this table.
And we're all weaving the new creation threads of each one of them valued. Yeah, from all the different multiple rainbows. There's so many rainbows, and we're all bringing all of the rainbows together into one huge conscious nai.
And I'm seeing
And
the
then
big Hapiki flax basket, the grandmother basket. We're putting it all that we have and all that's dear to us, and leaving a legacy on the planet at this time of all our journeys, all of the wisdom and knowledge that we learned, and we're putting it into the grandmother basket. And together we've got it, together we're strong, we're weaving together.
and
This
then
is
we're
what
putting
we're
it into
doing.
the free sea, and we're going to float it. It's going to ripple out to all corners of the earth
Yeah.
And the
So,
galaxy.
and the
yeah.
galaxy.
Wings on it to go over the lands.
And we're cutting all cords to lack, all cords of not being supported. We're cutting those right now and releasing ourselves from any of that in the mental realm, in the emotional realm, in the physical realm, and the spiritual realm, and even in our galactic realms. And this has happened when we've been, on other planets or whatever, and the same patterns happen. It stops here right now. We claim it through our heart chakra.
Yeah,
That we
we're going to live with joy and walk the beauty way.
joy and peace. Might be a good time to bring in our waiata, the a'i o. Let's sing that together and just hold our heart chakra. So this is about, from Dr. Rangi Marie Turiki Rose Piri. It is peace, love, joy, and truth to you and yours indeed, all universes and all galaxies. So just when you're ready, breathing in. Ai o ki te aorangi. Ai o ki te aorangi. Aroha ki te
Kite aurangi aroha
aroha ki te aorangi.
wa
Waka
wa wa kite au
aorangi.
wa wa
Wakwa ki te aorangi.
o
Po'ono ki te
kite
aorangi. Po'ono ki te
kite
aorangi. Ai o ki te
kite
aorangi. Ai o ki te aorangi.
Tuia
Peace.
ki runga, tuia ki raro, tuia i te ringa tangata. Tihei,
Mauri
maurika.
So peace to the universe, love to the universe, joy to the universe, truth to the universe, and peace to the universe again. Yeah, double up on the peace.
In our
And
hearts. In our hearts. There's only one piece to produce in the heart of humanity.
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
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 So,
Kia ora.
yeah. Wow, big mahi today, big work today. We needed to do that together. We're not going to allow anything to stop our flow, our momentum. We're gathering momentum and we're doing it together through the heart space, through moo. Yeah, the moo movement.
Original light, the first light.
That's it.
And just one last thing, sister, with your your members, when they come in, do they all pay donations to come in and join, or is that something separate?
We have not had luck with that. They all want to just come. But I'm glad to create one and see if they will pay to come. I would be glad to do that.
Mm.
Do you get sponsors to help you with your financial, do you seek sponsorship
I,
or?
I seek it. I seek it. May it come. I seek donations. I call for support. I put out the messages of how that could be. And
Mm.
I think we have $33 a month coming in.
That's a good number.
It is a good
It's a
number.
really good number.
It's a good
Yeah.
number.
Yeah. You know, it's an
So-
interesting thing because it's an energy thing, and I feel that we've come together. It's like the North and the South had to come together, the East and the West, and now things are going to change for all of us. We weren't connecting properly, and now we're connecting. Magic's going to happen.
Going to meet in the center of that medicine wheel now, right?
Yeah.
And bring that medicine out.
Kia ora. Because we have a model that we're working on, which will be membership based for the Moo movement. And with that, we're offering the new earth, or the, Gaia, what are we going to call it? I'm not quite sure. The Makura vision, first light vision of the manifesto for New Earth and what that's going to look like. So that's a free ebook for everybody. We're going to be offering our wisdom circles every Wednesday, and also our Friday night temples. So we're, and plus get them invited into all the events that we're doing. So, like if they come in as a paid member, then this is what the offerings are. I think that's the other thing, that there needs to be an exchange for that. That's people hold value to. So, there's these other little, I suppose, strategies that could always support the mission. And my husband, he's actually been really great because he's an ex-CEO, and he's also been building websites, and he's just built us one for our soul notes, where we're doing sound healing, and I'm doing a lot of meditations and dance prayers. So he's built that, and he's also going to be building our platform. And he's given it a go, he's not a techie, but he's kind of is, like I actually think he actually is.
I think he is too.
Well, if you go
to shows up.
go to ggcndirectory.org, just check it out and see what the format is. And right now we have free members in there. We don't have anyone who's subscribing and paying. But there's some things on the back end that aren't working well, that I need somebody to look at it, and but look at the potential of it.
Yes, because we, once this is set up for us, there could be a potential for, duplicating. Yeah, exactly. So, we thought we were looking at you for support on that end, but obviously, you might be looking at us.
Looking down under.
Reaching down. We're reaching up, you're reaching down, and that's great.
I've been hearing bow down. Well, I'm bowing down. I fired myself as the webmaster. It's just not my strength. And when I'm doing all of that, I can't do this as much. And this is hard.
Yeah.
Well, the people want to meet us. We're real people, we're not perfect, and we always have to work on our shadow, but we have the passion, and we have the vision, and we know, and deep inside us, that we can have there's a better world for everybody. And we want to get rid of all those cords that bind us to that old stifling energy that's kept humanity downtrodden.
We need the matrix to be upgraded, just like from DOS to Windows. But we need the matrix to just get turned off and the new to start up. And that's what you're experiencing the first waves of. I really believe that that's what these pulsings are going to do.
We are the soft tech. We are the celestial biotech, and that's what's being turned on. That's what's being turned on through our maps. And your map feels like an overlay of our map.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like another
Can't wait
piece
to
to it.
receive that map that you have. Would love that, wouldn't we, Chidokara and Helen?
Oh,
and to really
let's
work with
swap
that,
maps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
There's I have a video on YouTube that tells, what I went through. I'll send you a link to the full one. I have a little short one on YouTube, but I'll send you a link to the other one that I put together. And you can see,
Right.
where the whole story of how it came to be and what it means. It's a fear extractor. It's the antivirus for mind control.
I love it.
Yeah. And so that's what you have also. These patterns. You have the galactic pattern there that you're walking, and this is how to bring it into the physical body.
Yeah. Well, ours is a map of we call it is a rainbow light body map. So we're working with activating the rainbow warrior, because we are the land of the warrior.
Wow.
Our ancestors once were warriors. They used to eat people.
In the land of the rainbows as well.
Yes, and we get a lot of rainbows down here, and we're a rainbow nation, so we are really turning the rainbow warrior codes on, and that happened. Well, we did a big activation with that during the equinox here with the rainbow mind of Aoraki, which is our tallest mountain here, and bringing in the Apu frequency through the earth, and the rainbow mind is. Wow, it's blowing our minds, this rainbow mind. We can see the tongues of flames flicking through our crowns. Yeah, it's really massive what's going on.
Yeah. It's a beautiful time to turn everything around, We've got celestial help right at the moment.
We
with
really
all the planets
do.
and these messengers coming in. So, let's utilize that and swing that ship around the other way.
Yes.
Yeah, time to turn the waka the right way up, which
Yeah.
is which is what we've been waiting for. It's for the feminine to lead the way, the grandmothers to lead the way, which was how we used to do it in the beginning. And this land that we're on used to be led by the Waitaha grandmothers. They were the wisdom keepers and they were the peacekeepers. But the warriors turned up out from Tahiti. And they were already blooded by the Roman Empire and the Roman army, the Vatican army, and they came here and they basically ate people. They did the cannibalism.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was
And they don't realize what that did to them and made them that.
oh yeah, and I mean, that's what I'm purging from my bones, which is actually the cannibalism that they once did to the people. So I'm carrying that in my DNA, and that's been a real traumatic thing for me to purge. So
I carry the KKK in my DNA.
oh wow, there you go.
All of it, haven't we?
People eating, people burning.
Yeah.
Yes, anyway, we forgive ourselves and we forgive our lineages for that. And that's the only way we can move forward is to heal the past, to come to peace with it, see our past in it, and be in the now.
Right.
We've got to
absolutely.
And take the good lineage, that was there as guidance, like the peacekeepers and the ones that came here to love and create, the original first light codes that we're all carrying.
We can go from the original to the present on this timeline and fold it, and all of that other stuff drops down, when you fold the line.
Yes.
Yeah, have it fold in on each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just be. Oh, what a joy. It was
Mm.
so wonderful. I'll
Thank you
send you
so
this
much.
recording and I'll
Yeah.
send you the Blue Lotus video and send me stuff.
Sounds
Mm.
wonderful, sister. It's been such a pleasure connecting with you today, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Helen, for calling us together. And
So beautiful,
Beautiful.
sister. Thank you so much for welcoming us into your space, and yeah, it's just so beautiful to have that beautiful heart connection with you, and to know that we're going to move forwards together. That's beautiful too.
yeah,
Mm.
Mm.
so wonderful.
And bring in the abundance.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
there for us all.
Yes.
Yeah, and I just want to say too that I see you, Tirokara. I see you, and I see your gifts that you carry. And Sister Mama Tink, I see you. I see you and your gifts that you bring. And Mama Helen, I see you. I see you standing strong. We are all standing waters. Yeah. Mm. Okay,
You-
Oh,
Thank you for that
Kiona.
wisdom. I see you. I love you. Thank you.
Oh, I love you. Love you
Beautiful
all.
blessings.
Have a
Bye
wonderful
for
day, whānau. Ka kite.
Nā kite
Te
anō.
wā.
Ngā te wā.
Te wā.